The hall was full of lights, music, and rich people's perfume. Right in the center, the bride stood on a small stage in her white wedding dress. Emma looked down at the poor woman fixing the last stitch near her waist. Emma, laughing loudly. Look at her hands. They are shaking. Don't ruin my big day, village tailor. Guests turned. Some smiled. Someone pressed record on their phone. Grace, the tailor, whispered. Sorry, madam. I'm almost done. Just 1 second. Emma rolled her eyes. Emma, if you mess this up, I'll make sure you never work in this city again. Understand. Grace's eyes filled with tears. Her hands shook more. She swallowed her pain and kept sewing. Voice over. Have you ever seen someone laugh at a poor person's hard work? 1 week earlier. The bridal boutique was like a dream. White dresses. Shiny curtains. Soft music. Rich brides walked in with attitude. Poor workers walked in with quiet eyes. Grace worked at the back table. Her fingers moved fast with the needle. She was a widow and a mother. Her son Eli waited at home every evening with a small plate of rice. Grace thought, if I finish this order today, I can buy Eli milk. Mr. Carter, the boutique owner, called out, Grace, hurry up with Emma's dress. Her family is our biggest client. Grace nodded, yes sir, I am working on it. The door opened with a loud bell sound. Emma walked in with her friends Mia and Sophie. All three wore designer bags and high heels that clicked on the floor. Emma, where is my dress? My wedding is in 1 week. Everything must be perfect. Mr. Carter rushed to her. Mr. Carter smiling. Emma, don't worry. Our best tailor is working on it. Grace, bring the dress. Grace walked out, holding the dress carefully. It was beautiful. Hand-stitched lace. Pearls on the sleeves. She had stayed up till 2 a.m. the night before. Grace, softly. Here it is, madam. Emma grabbed the dress without looking at her. She went into the trial room. Minutes later, Emma came out wearing the dress. Everyone stared. She looked like a princess. Mia, wow, Emma, you look stunning. Sophie, this is so expensive. Only you can pull this off. Emma turned to the full mirror. She smiled at herself first. Then her smile changed. She saw a tiny mistake. A small part near the waist was a little loose. Emma's face hardened. Emma, loudly. What is this? She pointed at the loose part. Emma walked closer to Grace. Emma, you call this tailoring? A street tailor would do better. Grace felt her heart drop. She stepped back. Grace, I'm so sorry, madam. I can fix it. Just give me 5 minutes. Emma laughed in her face. A sharp, cruel laugh. Emma, 5 minutes? My wedding is in 1 week. And you can't even get the size right. Mia took out her phone and started recording. She whispered, this will go viral. Rich bride versus useless tailor. Emma posed with the dress and mocked Grace. Emma, everyone, look at this. I paid thousands for this dress. And this woman can't even sew a straight line. Grace's eyes burned. Her cheeks turned red. Her hands held the edge of her apron so tightly that her knuckles went white. Inside, she thought, why are they laughing? It's a small mistake. I can fix it. Why treat me like trash? But outside, she kept her head down. Grace, shaking. Please. I will fix it. I worked very hard. Emma leaned in close. Emma, whispering coldly, people like you should be thankful I even let you touch my dress. She stepped back and laughed again. Emma, loudly. If this happens again, Mr. Carter, fire her. I don't want this tailor anywhere near my wedding. Mr. Carter looked nervous. Mr. Carter, Grace, fix it. No more mistakes. Or you can find another job. Grace nodded. She wanted to cry, but she didn't. Not here. Not in front of them. Voice over. If you were in Grace's place, what would you do? Stay silent, or speak up. Grace took the dress back to her table. Her tears fell quietly on the white fabric as she sewed. She thought, God, I never harm anyone. Why is she so cruel? Behind her, Emma laughed with her friends. Emma, poor people always mess things up. They just don't understand class. Grace's hands stopped for a moment. Her heart whispered, one day, you will understand how words can hurt. The screen fades as the needle moves under the light. Grace didn't know that this same dress would soon decide Emma's biggest lesson in life. The wedding day arrived. The hall glittered. Crystal lights. Gold decorations. Long tables full of food. Rich guests arrived in luxury cars. Photographers flashed their cameras everywhere. Grace stood near the back entrance with other workers. She wore a simple faded dress. A small ID card hung around her neck. She had stayed at the boutique till 3 a.m. to fix Emma's dress perfectly. She checked every stitch twice. On top of that, she had added a hidden inner layer to protect the dress. She wanted Emma to feel safe and beautiful, even after all the insults. But no one knew that. No one said thank you. Emma was in the bride's room getting ready. Her makeup team, hairstylist, and bridesmaids all surrounded her. The dress hung near the mirror like a cloud. Emma looked at it and smirked. Emma, finally. At least the tailor did not mess it up this time. Or maybe she was too scared. Mia giggled. Mia, you scared her so much. Poor thing. Sophie, scrolling her phone, that video you posted of her? It already has thousands of views. People are laughing in the comments. Emma smiled proudly. Emma, good. Maybe she will learn her place. She slipped into the dress once again. It fit perfectly now. No loose parts. No mistake. Emma twirled in front of the mirror. Emma, I look flawless. But something else had changed. Emma had gone on a crash diet and then eaten a lot again. She also added a heavy, tight crystal belt at the last minute. Grace had warned Mr. Carter when he came to collect the dress. Grace, sir, please tell her, if she adds anything too tight or heavy, the fabric might get stressed. It could tear if she moves too much. Mr. Carter, distracted. Yes, yes. I'll tell her. He never did. Now, in the room, Emma pulled the crystal belt tighter. Emma, I want my waist to look smaller. Tighter. The belt dug into the dress. The fabric stretched. Threads cried silently. Downstairs, Grace was helping arrange the extra veil and some emergency sewing tools, just in case. Her hands rested on the small sewing kit. She always carried it. Grace thought, I hope everything goes well. I don't want anyone's big day to be ruined, even hers. The music changed. Announcement, everyone, please take your seats. The bride is about to enter. The giant doors opened. Emma started walking slowly, holding her bouquet. Guests stood and clapped. Phones went up to record. For a moment, everything was perfect. Soft rose petals on the floor. A long red carpet. Her groom, Liam, waiting at the stage with a smile. Then, it happened. A small sound. Rip. The fabric at her waist pulled too hard against the crystal belt. A tiny tear appeared at the side of the dress. Emma froze. She felt something loosen. She tried to keep walking. But with every step, the tear grew bigger. Rip. Rip. Guests began to whisper. Is her dress tearing? Look at the side. Phones zoomed in. Emma's smile cracked. Her face turned pale. Emma, in a small voice. No. No, no, no. Right when she reached half of the carpet, the belt snapped. The tear spread down the side like a line of lightning. Some guests covered their mouths. Some laughed quietly. Some recorded, again. Emma stood there, shaking, in front of hundreds of eyes. Her hands tried to hold the side of the dress. Her cheeks turned bright red. Up on the stage, Liam's smile faded. He looked worried. Liam, Emma. Behind the guests, Grace saw everything. Grace's heart pulled tight. Oh no, the fabric, the belt. She quickly grabbed her sewing kit and a safety shawl from a nearby table. At that same moment, Mia whispered to Emma. Mia, just run back to the room. Emma hissed. I can't. Everyone is watching. Some guests even started laughing openly. Is this a designer dress or a cheap one? I thought they were rich. Emma's hands shook. Her eyes filled with tears. For the first time, she felt what it was like to be laughed at. Suddenly, a calm voice came from behind her. Grace, softly. Madam, please come with me. I can fix it. Emma turned around. Her eyes widened. Emma, you. She remembered her own voice in the boutique. Village tailor. Useless. People like you. Now that same useless woman stood there, holding a shawl, looking steady and kind. Grace's eyes were full, not of anger, but of concern. Grace, if you don't move now, people will record more. Let me help you, please. The guests looked at them. Phones kept recording. In front of all those rich people, the poor tailor was now the only person who could save the rich bride from complete shame. Grace quickly wrapped the shawl around Emma's waist, covering the torn part. Grace, keep your head up, madam. Walk to the side room. Don't run. Don't look down. Just breathe. Emma's eyes were wet. Emma, whispering, Why are you helping me? Grace looked at her for a second. Grace, softly, because I know how it feels when people laugh at you. Emma's throat tightened. Her chest hurt more than the torn dress. They walked together slowly toward a side door. The cameras followed them. Some guests whispered, "Isn't that the same Tailor she humiliated?" In the small side room, Grace closed the door behind them. Emma broke down. She sat on a chair and sobbed. "Emma, my whole wedding is ruined. Everyone will laugh at me. They already do." Grace opened her sewing kit. Her hands moved quickly but gently on the torn fabric. Grace, calmly, "Your wedding is not ruined. You are still going to marry the man you love. A dress can be fixed. A heart is harder." Emma watched her. Emma remembered the video she had posted. She remembered the cruel words, the laughing emojis in the comments. Her shame grew heavier. Emma, voice shaking, I'm sorry for how I talked to you. In the boutique. Grace paused for a moment. She nodded, but kept working. Grace, words hurt. "But I forgive you." Emma blinked. "Emma, why? After everything I did." Grace, "Because if I don't forgive you, I'll carry your cruelty inside my own heart. And I don't want that." Her hands were steady now. The needle went in and out quickly. Outside, Liam was asking what happened. "Liam, where is Emma? Is she okay?" Mia tried to talk, but someone showed Liam something on their phone. A guest. "Look. Is this Emma? She posted this 1 week ago." It was the video from the boutique. Emma laughing at Grace. Emma calling her useless. Her friends laughing. Liam's face darkened. "Liam, she posted this?" The guest nodded. Liam felt anger and sadness at the same time. "Liam, how can she treat someone like that?" Another guest spoke up. "Guest, I heard the same Tailor is the one helping her right now." Inside the room, Grace tied the last knot. Grace, smiling softly, "Done. The seam is secure. But please, don't pull the belt too tight this time." Emma let out a small, shaky laugh. "Emma, okay. I won't." Grace stepped back. "Grace, you look beautiful. You always did. Just, please, don't make other people feel small so you can feel big." Emma's eyes filled again. Emma, whispering, "I don't deserve your kindness." Grace, kindly, "You get what you give. That is how the world works. Today you got my kindness, even after your cruelty. Use it well." There was a knock. Liam, from outside. "Emma? Can I come in?" Emma looked panicked. "Emma, no, wait." Grace opened the door. Liam saw Grace holding the needle and thread. He saw Emma's red eyes. Liam looked at Grace first. "Liam, with respect, thank you for helping." Grace nodded. "It is my work, sir." Liam turned to Emma. "Liam, serious, is it your work too, to humiliate people and post it online?" Emma froze. "Emma, you saw the video?" Liam, hurt, "Yes. I saw it just now. Is that who you are?" Emma's lips trembled. "Emma, I was stupid. I wanted to look important in front of my friends. I didn't think. I didn't care how she felt." She looked at Grace again. "Emma, I'm so sorry. Not just in this room. I need to say it in front of everyone, don't I?" Grace nodded slowly. "Grace, sometimes the hardest apology is the one the heart needs most." They walked out together. The music had stopped. Everyone was waiting. Phones were still in people's hands. Emma took a deep breath. Emma, voice shaking but loud. "Everyone, I want to say something." The hall fell silent. "Emma, most of you know me as the bride, the rich girl, the one with the big dress. But 1 week ago, I did something cruel." Mia's face turned white. "Emma, I insulted this Tailor. Grace, in this very dress. I laughed at her, called her useless. I posted the video online so people could laugh with me." Whispers started. Emma's eyes filled, but she continued. "Emma, today, when my dress tore in front of all of you, I felt what she felt. I felt small. I felt scared. And the same woman I insulted came to help me. She protected me from more shame." Emma turned to Grace. Emma, with tears. "Grace, I am truly sorry. I was wrong. I was proud. I was cruel. Please forgive me." Grace's eyes shone with tears too. Grace, softly. "I already forgave you. But now, you forgave yourself too." The guests watched, some with wet eyes. Liam stepped forward and spoke into the mic. "Liam, if there is any person today who deserves our respect, it is not just the bride. It is this tailor Grace, who showed more class than any of us. He started clapping. Slowly, the whole hall joined. A loud, long applause. For a poor tailor. Grace stood there, shocked, with her hands shaking again. But this time, they shook from emotion, not fear. Later that week, that second video went viral online too. Not the one where Emma laughed. The one where she apologized. The one where Grace was praised. People wrote comments like, "Finally, someone understood their mistake. Respect for the tailor. She has a golden heart. Money can't buy this kind of class." Mr. Carter saw the response. He called Grace to his office. Mr. Carter, smiling, "Grace, I want to offer you something. You will not just be a tailor here anymore. I want you as head designer. And I will share profit from custom dresses with you." Grace covered her mouth. "Grace. Sir, really? This means I can send my son to a better school." "Mr. Carter, you earned it. Not with just your needle. With your heart." Months later, Grace had her own small label inside the boutique. People specially asked for her to design their dresses. One afternoon, Emma walked in again. But this time, no high nose, no loud heels. She walked slowly to Grace's table. "Emma, hi. I wanted to bring you this." It was a box with new sewing tools and fine fabric. "Emma, I know it's not enough, but I wanted to thank you. And, if one day I have a daughter, I hope she grows up to be more like you, not like the person I used to be." Grace smiled gently. "Grace, people change. That is the beauty of it." They both smiled. Eli ran in from the back, holding a school notebook. "Eli, Mama, my teacher said my uniform is the best stitched." Grace laughed and hugged him. Voiceover, gentle and slow. "Rich or poor, what really shows is the way you treat others. One small moment of kindness can erase 100 moments of cruelty. Never laugh at someone who is doing honest work. One day, you might need the same hands you once insulted."